as people learn to use nature as a weapon. Like I say, we have weather weapons already. The Russians have earthquake weapons. In fact, there was an interview on Russian TV last year with one of the researchers, and he was drunk as a skunk, and he was bragging about how they tested their earthquake weapons to cause Fukushima.
Wow.
And that program was quickly scrubbed, but I speak Russian, watch Russian TV, and I caught the broadcast, and it was quickly scrubbed. You can't find it anymore.
Interesting. What else did you see in that session? I mean, did you see anything that would have given you an idea of what could potentially cause this massive die-off?
Just, the series of man-made natural problems, weather changes, economic changes as a result of the natural changes. Also, the use of nature as a weapon, which I think is, according to that session, will become a growing situation where these things that can affect nature can be used as a weapon to flood places, earthquakes. If the Russians were to decide to use an earthquake weapon on La Palma Island, which is part of the Canary Islands, the volcano on the side that faces the U.S., a section is already split off that is 15 cubic kilometers of rock. If that thing slides into the sea, it will demolish Florida. It'll wipe out Florida. It'll wipe out the east coast of the U.S. up to an estimated 26 miles inland. And that is not a prediction from the remote viewing, those measurements. That's from the U.S. Geological Service.
And that would be not from a volcanic eruption, that would be from the resulting tsunami. Displacement from
they're saying that the thing will slide off if there's earthquakes and torrential rain soaking, because that whole thing is kind of porous. And, the volcano erupted several months ago, and it was a slow eruption. It was a natural eruption, but that further weakened that 15 cubic kilometers of rock. And so, a really good pinpointed earthquake on Canary Island could wipe out the eastern seaboard.
How does this alleged weapon work? Is it like a sound weapon? Is it acoustic?
I don't know. He was just bragging that they have it.
What's your probability of this happening?
The difference between genius and stupidity?
Not answering that question.
The answer is genius has its limits. Stupidity doesn't. And I've always had the prayer, Lord, deliver us from idiots in high places. He hasn't answered that prayer yet. And
no, it feels like it's getting a lot worse. I mean, it really is.
And I'm afraid that with increasing suspicion, my estimates of it actually happening are going up.